Happy Friday. I'm meteorologist Nicole showing you photos from yesterday. This is the ice that was covering St. John's, Newfoundland. We had hours of freezing rain yesterday morning, which caused travel issues. This morning, we are seeing rain, so that's the better scenario here for those roadways. Also, light snow falling across portions of the maritime provinces, but we have sea effect kicking into high gear today and through the weekend, which will bring you additional snowfall through places like PEI, Cape Breton, the western shores of Newfoundland, and across the island. We have a few centimeters left to go for your weekend, and generally a southeasterly flow builds in for your Saturday and Sunday. But this is the additional snowfall, 5 to 10 across the border of the island, and then for Cape Breton, about 2 to 5 centimeters for you. PEI sort of in the same boat there. But temperatures are cold today. They're cold into the weekend as well. So just bundling up. It's feeling like minus 13 in Moncton this afternoon, minus 8 in Halifax, and feeling like minus 3 in St. John's. Here's what we're looking out for in the long range for you in Atlantic Canada. After a cold weekend into next week, a potential nor'easter developing along the eastern seaboard. It looks right now like it could impact Newfoundland only for your Tuesday. Let's take you to Ontario yesterday, and this was the scene in Kingston. And this morning, if you're in Kingston, yeah, it feels like minus 25. So layering up, it feels like minus 21 in Toronto, and up towards Sudbury feels like minus 30. So getting goosebumps just looking at this. Quebec also in the same boat, minus 16 in Montreal, feeling like minus 27. But there is a real absence of weather as we head into your afternoon and weekend. Bit of cloud cover hanging over southern Ontario today, but for the weekend, it'll be cold, but it will be sunny. That's a nice change, right? All across the board here. And the temperatures, just a preview of your Saturday here. It's a cold one. Now here's one family that feels lucky to be alive. Here's why. Did you know that the Weather Network is giving away free trips to Florida? If you head to the contest section of our website, you can find more details. And you might want to escape this. Minus 15 in Montreal this afternoon, pretty cold. If you're heading down south, though, look at this. For Florida, as we head into Saturday, there will be some light rain in Miami, but 25 degrees, and it's not going to rain all day. Towards Fort Pierce, 25 as well for Saturday. Look at Key West, 26, and not a cloud in the sky.
Good morning and happy Friday. It is the 11th of January. I'm Emily Vukovic. Thanks for joining us. It's a really cold start to the day. We've got temperatures today in through Ontario and parts of Quebec that are actually 5 to 10 degrees below normal. And that has prompted the medical officer for the City of Toronto to issue an extreme cold weather alert. Now, this is issued when forecast temperatures are minus 15 or colder, or when a wind chill of minus 20 or below is expected. We feel like minus 21 right now for the city, so this is why it has been issued. We do warm up slightly by this afternoon, but not a ton. We're getting up to minus 6, still going to be feeling more like the minus teens when you factor in that wind. Up through Barrie, we're looking at minus 10, Huntsville minus 14. The silver lining in all of this, yeah, we're going to be seeing a little bit of sunshine, but as you can see, still feeling incredibly cold later on today. We've got an Atlantic storm track to show you because we do have a fairly significant winter storm brewing for areas just south of the lower Great Lakes. Now, there is a chance that on Saturday we could see a few isolated flurries from this, but for the most part it is going to stay south. But I wanted to show you that because a lot of people traveling down to Florida at this time of year, if you're heading out this weekend, you're going to be running into some really active weather going through the states. Minus 5 for the city tomorrow afternoon, a decent enough temperature to get out and get some fresh air, enjoy a little bit of vitamin D. Up through Huntsville, minus 11. I think this weekend's going to be a good one for Blue Mountain. Ski hills are going to be busy. It's going to be cold, but it's going to be sunny. So really beautiful conditions for getting out on the hills. And then by Monday, temperatures start to rebound. Now, if you've been watching the news, you've been watching the Weather Network, you know this. H1N1 is back, and unfortunately, it's hurting some people. Hi there. Thanks for joining us. It's Friday, everybody's favorite day of the week. It is the 11th of January. I'm Emily Vukovic, and we have got some cold air to talk about. It's actually the coldest air we've seen so far this season. Now, granted, we have been incredibly spoiled throughout the GTA, and we've been basking in warmth almost. The other day, it got up to 9 degrees. Now, for us today, we'll little bit of a different story. Temperatures 5 to 10 degrees below normal, and that has the city issuing an extreme cold weather alert. Now, temperatures have been not quite this cold. We're not looking at minus 15, but our wind chill, that is the problem. We're looking at wind chills right now of minus 21 through the city. So that is why the Minister of Health has issued this. So vulnerable people, people that live outside, the homeless people, vulnerable friends, vulnerable neighbors, make sure you check on them because it is cold outside today. Our average high temperature for this time of year was -2. The highest temperature 11.7. That was back in 75. And the lowest temperature, you ready for this? -26.7 back in 68. Brr. Greatest snowfall 9.8 centimeters. We're not seeing any snow today. We're at -6 for the afternoon, feeling more like -11. So yes, it is still going to be cold, but we may see some sunshine. I think that's the silver lining in all of this. Barrie, -10 for the afternoon hours. Huntsville getting up to -14. But like I was saying, not a ton of active weather. We have that Arctic high in place. A little bit of cloud cover throughout the day, on and off. And then we've got this system to the south that is going to be tracking off towards the east. Looks as though it is going to stay south of the Great Lakes. This high pressure is really going to keep it well to the south. And this could bring us a few isolated flurries. But if you do have travel plans, I know a lot of people heading down to Florida for this time of year, you're going to be traveling through a fairly decent winter storm through the United States. All right, it is cold. Some people love it, some people don't. But what you need to be prepared for, take a look at this health and weather. Hi there, good morning. It is Friday. Happy Friday. It's January the 11th. I'm Emily Vukovic. Extreme cold weather alert in place for the city of Toronto. Don't worry, temperatures, they're going to be rebounding next week, and more snow for Quebec. We've got pretty spectacular video coming up in Force of Nature you do not want to miss. So I want to start things off by giving you your temperatures for this morning and what they're going to feel like. The extreme cold weather alert is issued when temperatures feel around -20, and that is exactly where we're at for the city of Toronto. It is going to feel like -21. We're flirting with feeling like -30 up in Huntsville. So the city has issued an extreme cold weather alert. This is issued when forecast temperature of -15 or colder, or like I said, when the wind chill reaches -20 or below. The good news, we will warm up slightly by this afternoon, and we're going to see a little bit of sunshine. So I think there's a little bit of a silver lining there. -6 is our daytime high for the city, up through Huntsville, -14, Barrie at -10, so still quite cold. Not a lot of active weather to talk about for the next couple of days. We do have a system to the south that could be bringing in a few isolated flurries for Saturday. A pretty intense winter storm. So if you do have travel plans down towards the south, if you're driving to Florida, for example, heavy winter storm moving through. But we are taken care of by high pressure. This evening, it is going to be cold. If you're heading out, we're looking at -8 for Toronto. If you're heading downtown to any different event, it is going to be a chilly one because that wind chill is still going to be sticking around. Tomorrow afternoon, the sunshine returns, so good to get out and get some fresh air, but make sure you bundle because, yes, it is still going to be quite cold with that wind chill. It'll feel more like -10 when you factor that in. Sunday looking good, and then look at next week. Temperatures really start to rebound for the city of Toronto. By Tuesday, we're back up to 1. Yes, it's going to feel a little cooler, but it's still going to be back to seasonal. All right, Tyler Hamilton gives us a report now on a low that beats all Canadian lows. Take a look at this. Welcome to The Brief. Chris, Nicole, and Emily joining you. And because today is Friday, happy Friday, guys, we decided to we'll give you our presenters' picks. And Nicole, we're going to start with you.
Yeah, we are going to go to the Alps and
Ski hills, I mean, the roads are closed. You can't get to the ski hills in many areas, but the ones that are open, people are having a great time.
yeah, absolutely.
All right, Chris, what'd you pick?
Mine also involves animals, not cows. We're going to take you to northern Newfoundland. Now, this is actually not a very happy story. I'm going to show you. This is the seals. Now, these seals
No, you're the boat.
Pardon?
You're the boat.
Oh, my goodness, I am the boat. Oh, my goodness, I thought I was the seals. Okay,
Imagine the panic, like what you would be feeling if you're that close to a cruise ship and you're just looking up and you can't get away fast enough.
Yeah.
And they can't see you because you're right under their sight line.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Okay, now we're talking about the seals.
Okay.
They're so sweet, though.
And it's illegal to touch the mammals.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing. So the fisheries department, people are pleading the fisheries department do something. I know it's a tall task, but somehow get them back into the ocean.
Aw. All right.
What happens if you touch them?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's a fine
get a
or
huge
what.
fine?
I'm not sure.
All right, quick look at some temperatures across the country. It's cold. Look at those
Yes.
eastern temperature values.
Guys, I'm leaving on a jet plane tomorrow for my beach vacation So enjoy. You got sun at least here.
That's
It's just
true.
going to be cold.
That's true.
Calgary 9 degrees on Saturday, not too bad. Edmonton -1 for you. Time now for your locals.